Uche here, Dr. Uche back again to join you. I am your favorite publisher, book reviewer. I'm a biography writing coach, and I come on my various social media platforms to speak about these things that I do. I'm a physician in real life, hence the title. Today, though, I want to go over yet another tip to help you on your path towards writing and publishing your biography. Before I go ahead, if you're watching this on YouTube, do hit subscribe and the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos, okay? All right. So, I do mention often that I'm a publisher. I've helped people publish. I've done a lot of publishing work over the past approaching 7 years now. And that's really from where I'm sharing the information, from the experiences I have. Today, I want to talk about something that comes up often, which is yes, you want to write a story, but do I publish the usual way? Do I go through traditional publishing or do I self publish? Full disclosure, what I do, what I have learned to do is self-publishing, right? I help people do it on their own, or we do it for you. I have a team of people who can do it for you. And no, we don't use the big publishing houses. We don't. And I'm one of those people who are very happy that self-publishing has really developed so much. People can do it on their own because I focus on biographies. And I think that unless if you are a famous celebrity or have a very compelling, unique story, don't be surprised if the huge traditional publishers are not too interested in your story. However, that should not diminish the importance of your story. Your story matters, no matter what anybody says, okay? That is my philosophy. Your story matters. I'm going to say it again. Your story matters. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. And that's what I specialize in, which is more biographies, because your story is unique to a certain number of people. You might decide to write and publish it and keep it in your family and never sell it to the public. And I have people in my family who have books, biographies that is not available to the public. But it's a family treasure. You may decide to keep it like that. It is still important. In 150 years' time, there'll be people who will be so happy you wrote that story, okay? And even if it's not that far out, even in your lifetime, there are people who are going to be happy that you put down aspects from early on in your life that they didn't know you. They didn't know how you thought. I don't know, or I didn't get to meet my father, for example, at 30. I didn't meet him at 30. He was a man who spent a lot of time in education. And by the time he had children, he was well into his 30s, right? So I didn't meet him at 25. And so if not for him sitting down, maybe to tell me and to write a careful account of things that happened in his teens and 20s, I wouldn't have the opportunity to visit and hang out with my 20-something-year-old father and see how he thought, what bothered him, what mattered to him. And, of course, there's a sentimental part of it, but also you learn from that, right? Not everybody remembers to tell you, the child, when you're 27, that, I went through such things too when I was 27. I wasn't born having figured it all out, right? You feel better about yourself in a way when you're learning that people did go through such things. So in a very funny way, I'm trying to say something that is very serious, which is that your story matters. And that is why I like self-publishing, because I don't think anybody should tell you that your story is not good enough. That is your life story. You talk about fiction, that's a little different. It's not my specialty, right? But when you're talking about someone's life story, everyone's story matters, okay? That is why I like self-publishing. And so, of course, I am biased. Of course, I tend to prefer self-publishing. You can also go the traditional route if you want to. It's a lengthier process. There are also some disadvantages. You have less control over your material. You sign away some rights, to have a big publishing house publish for you. You also earn a smaller fraction as far as royalties. You get less. I was told that people earn as little as 10% of the income from their sales with some of the bigger publishing houses. Now, I don't have any way to verify that, but that's just in generally taking a look. I've seen things like that. It's likely true. But again, I have no way of verifying it. I can say, though, that if you self-publish, a bigger chunk of the royalties go to you, okay? Having said that, there's obviously more work for you marketing. If you're self-publishing, you don't have the strength, you don't have the machinery of an established huge publishing house behind you to support you with the marketing, with putting your book out there. Remember, what you don't put out there, people don't see, people don't buy, okay? Because people often make the mistake that you write it and you're done. Writing is just the first step. If you want to get something out there in the public, the writing is done, and then the other kind of work begins. You have to get it out there. People have to see it. People have to know it exists. People have to see it multiple times sometimes before they even buy, okay? So there's a lot of marketing and putting it out there. And if you do it on your own, there's more work on your part, okay? Because you don't have a big establishment here guiding you, helping you, improving visibility. So it's more work for you. Again, having said that, I think I just wanted to emphasize I love self-publishing because it allows you to unapologetically write and publish your story. You should not have to explain to anybody that your story is important enough for them to publish, okay? Because your story matters no matter what you do with it, whether you keep it within the family or whether you put it out there in the public. It is worth writing, okay? And you have to imagine big publishing houses, the sheer volume of queries they get, people wanting them to publish, and they have to select just a few, right? They can't publish 1 million books a year. And so it makes sense that they're going to select the ones that seem like they're going to make the most money, right? They're more promising when it comes to life story, unless if you have a really compelling, somewhat unique experience, or you're a celebrity or somebody people want to read about. It's hard to convince a big publishing house that you're gonna make millions of this thing, or thousands, or to make them more interested in publishing. However, it does not diminish the importance of your story. And so that's why I like self-publishing. You can put it out there, you can do your work and have it done, okay? And I did mention you have more control over content when you do it yourself. When you self-publish, you have more control over the publishing process. You earn a greater fraction proportionately in the royalties. However, you have to do more work marketing, putting it out there so people can see it, be it ads, be it metadata optimization, and various other methods that people can use to make sure people see your book. They don't see it, they don't see you talking about it and over and over and over again, they probably will not buy. There's just too much. We are overwhelmed, right? The virtual internet overwhelm is a real thing, right? There's so much out there. So people have to see something repeatedly to be convinced that they may want to try and buy and take a look. Okay? But that's it. What can I say? I'm a self-publisher. That is where I have self-taught myself over many years. That is my expertise. So I am biased. And also, I think focusing on biographies, I think I can afford to be biased towards self-publishing because I believe in the power of lots of stories, diverse stories, to showcase our common humanity. And the only way to do that is by everybody writing and self-publishing and putting their stories out there, okay? That's how we have lots and lots of diverse stories. Again, Dr. Uche, it's always fun when I come and hang out with you. I hope you will hit subscribe and be on the lookout for my next video, be it more tips for writing your biography or an actual book review, work of fiction most times, or a children's book read aloud. It's been fun. Take care and stay well. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.